HappyConsoleGamer and I have been talking a lot about these two titles off camera, and we thought, why don't we talk about them on camera, do a little head-to-head, a little versus. Everybody is kind of comparing the two anyway, even though we love both games.
And we have to say that we love both games. We're just doing this for fun.
And a capital L, capital O, capital V, capital E. That's how you spell love, right?
I believe so.
Horizon Zero Dawn versus Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Whoa.
Two console exclusives that make you very happy, make me very happy.
We love.
It kind of sort of legitimizes the name of your channel, actually.
It does,
Games like this.
You know, like it's interesting on my channel. I only review, or I only want to play games that I like.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think I like Horizon. I loved it. I think I like Zelda. I loved it.
Yeah.
But then everybody's talking about it, so we thought, wouldn't it be funny if we just talked about it?
Well, I mean, they came out in the same damn week. I don't know if that was an orchestrated maneuver on either company's part or not, but it is very interesting.
Just coincidental, I think. But
well, it's amazing because I can't remember a more incredible week in video games than that.
I know. Nier Automata has just come out. It's insanity.
We are loaded with great stuff to play.
Yes, too much.
But these two, I think, are still like they have magnetic pull for me, and I'm sure for you. Like it's really hard to let them go. They manifest in our minds and in our imagination, and we carry them with us.
These worlds they created.
Literally, in the sense of the Switch, being able to play Zelda wherever I go is just it's transcendent. It's so amazing. It's like I have a pocketbook version of the Legend of Zelda wherever I go.
Next generation version, yeah.
But let's do a proper versus, and the way that we do this is the first time that you and I are doing this. This is a long-running format for Electric Playground and Reviews on the Run and Judgment Day, where we did two games head-to-head. We start with the visuals first.
Okay.
Visually, how do you think these two compare?
I will absolutely say I think Horizon visually is a better looking game.
Yeah.
But on the same thing, it's much more realistic in a sense of the way.
Yeah.
Where Zelda has more of a magical, mythical kind of look to it.
Yes.
A lot more simplistic that works for its game in particular.
Yeah.
But Horizon is just on the Pro. I mean, there's no frame rate issues. It's gorgeous.
I've got Horizon running on the Pro on a 4K LG OLED display.
It's unreal.
And it's absolutely breathtaking. And it's
no pun intended.
And it's breathtaking not just because of the moment-by-moment visual sort of quality and the fidelity, as you're approaching one of the mechanical beasts or something like that, but the fact that it's so enormous and macro and kind of endlessly giving you new surprises and new discoveries as you're traversing through the different territories in the game. Now, that being said, it's impossible to not be appreciative of Nintendo's efforts with the, almost 1080p display.
Almost,
It's not quite, but of Breath of the Wild on that same television also takes my breath away. Again, no pun intended, because of its intelligent design and its,
it kind of masks everything in a way.
Yeah, like they absolutely went with this Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli kind of vibe, this sort of animation quality to it. Again, you're blown away by the enormity of the experience, but it's intelligent that it doesn't, except in certain cases, like in the sort of the Lost Woods area when there's a ton of forest detail.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Well, there are some places where the machine kind of chugs, the Switch specifically,
yes, it chugs
trying to kind of render everything.
Yeah.
But it also blows you away with its artistry and its visual fidelity.
Yes. When I first saw Zelda running on the Switch, I honestly didn't like the graphics.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, it's so jaggy, it's so whatever. And then after a couple of hours, I was like, looking at the mist settling off the ground, I'm like, oh my God, this is beautiful.
It really is a beautiful game. And it's almost, in some ways, like I think Horizon is, we can pretty much
it's the powerhouse
agree.
Visually.
Yeah, and just objectively looking at the two, it's a better looking game. There's just many more details and more stuff.
Yep.
And Zelda almost exists as a stylized version of what the artists at Guerrilla Games did with Horizon.
They did the best they could with the machine, you can tell that.
And it's smart as hell.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And it's also so beautiful and so gorgeous and so in line with the traditional aspects of Zelda, but also wiping the slate clean for a new look for Zelda.
I don't know how they can do visually better than that on the Switch. It's going to be amazing to see that in the future.
I can't wait to see what Mario looks like when it's running at full spec and everything. But yes, it's pretty hard not to give the visual sort of tip of the hat to Horizon Zero Dawn.
Definitely.
Okay, now let's talk about the audio department, which is equally as important and a very big part of enjoying a game experience. Again, I love the audio in both games.
Yes, a lot of people have been complaining about Zelda, saying that there's not a real soundtrack in the background, like some of the other Zelda games. It's more pianos and it's more subtle. But as I've said, I think it's better for this kind of game because it's so open world that if there was constant music, it would be kind of annoying.
It's in the title, man.
Yeah.
Breath is a big part of Zelda.
Yeah.
Of this new Zelda. Breath and space and taking time to
Less is more.
Right. And when you have those discoveries, and I don't know if this is true for you, but there are, like, I find something every time I play, but it probably isn't what I set out to find. And I freaking love that, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel that's true with the music as well. The sketches of Spain-like qualities of these sort of off-note kind of musical moments that happen when you get attacked.
When the robots show up or a guardian shows up.
Yes, that music's amazing.
All that, those kind of, they're almost like visual cues, but they're audio cues.
And the birds, sort of, the different sort of bird sounds that you find. And the surroundscape, too, is incredible off of this machine.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting
when
that.
I was over at your house and I defeated a bunch of mobs, and then all of a sudden the treasure chest opens up. The surround sound of that, I was like, what the hell's going on?
It's amazing.
It
I
was
have
something
been
else.
startled by stuff that's behind me playing Zelda, for sure.
But we got to get to Horizon. Horizon is incredible as well. Like the beats, the tribal beats, it makes you feel that this is in a different world in the future, but that is the past.
Yes.
It's very good.
And also all of the voice acting is phenomenal in Horizon. You know, we've got
Zelda not so much.
I'm not a big fan of the voice acting in Zelda. I think that it's okay.
It's all right because I'm Princess Zelda.
Yeah, there's a lot of put on English accents, and you don't feel that same
immersion into the story with those voices.
Yes, because of those voices. But most of Zelda is still reading, and I've been playing with my daughter, actually, which is kind of awesome with Zelda. So I've been able to read all of it brings me back to my acting school days where I'm playing all the characters. I love that. But
do you like playing Princess Zelda?
I do.
Hello, Link. It's lovely seeing you
Let me
again.
tell you, my Princess Zelda is badass.
I
put my Princess Zelda up with anybody. No, but I dig that, but I am certainly a big fan of all the voice actors in Horizon. But I have to tell you, man, the orchestral theme music that comes up, like, I don't know about you, but the Uncharted theme music, I just love that.
Me too. It's so heroic
it's
and
awesome.
It sets everything.
And I feel kind of the same emotions when I hear the music swell in Horizon Zero Dawn. They've done an amazing job with the score for Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, that being said, it is loaded with music. Like, there's this high sort of
And that's why I'm leaning more towards Horizon, because it's got more of a traditional score that's excellent, where Zelda's great, but it's less is more for that. So they don't have a lot of themes going out, just piano little bits. And,
I appreciate that.
Me too.
Because I feel like just like the minimalism that's on display, you know, the stripping down of textures to make things run as smoothly as possible and have that epic kind of sort of adventurous scope in Zelda also applies to the music soundscape, and that less is more makes you kind of appreciate the artistic kind of qualities of great audio design, because it is amazing in Zelda.
It's brilliant.
The only thing that detracts from it is the voice acting stuff is just not great.
No.
Horizon, there is a tremendous amount of audio quality, but it's less memorable because there is so much stuff in there. Right?
Yeah.
So
I can't. If I try to think of a Zelda song right now, I can kind of hear a little bit of the piano, and I can't think of any of the rest of the music.
Yeah.
Where I can think about Horizon's music a little bit more.
Hear the theme,
a little bit more.
I'm kind of right in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm appreciative of both, so I'm going to cheap out and give them a tie.
Yeah.
But you're going to give it to Horizon Zero
I'm going to
Dawn?
give it to Horizon.
Okay, now this is the most important category. This is the one that's going to create the most furor.
The best looking character?
No, this is gameplay, right?
Yeah,
so we go visuals, audio, gameplay. Very similar kinds of ideas and constructs here. You're basically, maneuvering from destination to destination and unlocking it so you can fast travel around these enormous
getting different kinds of weapons and items and all,
Zelda has some controversial choices with breakable weapons and the sort of disposability nature of the horses and all kinds of other things that you kind of acquire. But then the use of resources in Zelda is something brand new as well. Cooking and the importance of creating.
And how easy that is too.
Yeah. Whereas Horizon is more, earning sort of these futuristic / primitive hybrid weapons applying sort of more destructible elements to them, fire effects and
Yes.
explosive and electronic effects. A lot of the same
Adding more
kinds of
slots, improving those weapons, improving your armor, all that kinds of stuff.
A little bit more traditional, actually they're both kind of traditional in the way they sort of approach role playing, and also kind of echoes of stuff.
And
that was
this
shown in
is
Diablo.
hard,
Yeah.
because both gameplay styles for their individual games are excellent.
Yes.
Like Zelda, cooking. I usually don't like crafting,
Yeah.
and I like crafting in both of these games.
Yes.
It's so easily done. It's
Yes.
not hard to do. To make arrows, to make any item in Horizon.
There's a lot of bow hunting in
Lot
both
of-
games.
yeah.
And both of them have that slowdown effect as well.
Yes, they
right?
do.
And it's amazing. And when you flip flop between the two, if you're lucky enough to do that, and we realize how gross this is, that we are so privileged that we get to play both of these games.
They're a lot of fun.
And it's our work.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts, but sorry, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
But you certainly feel like you're two sides of a coin,
Yeah.
but there are different ways to maneuver in these games. And,
Yes.
and the big thing that I notice in Horizon is you can only climb where the designers decided where you can climb.
Of course.
And in Zelda, and I can't believe this, but you can climb everywhere.
Anything. You can go
and
anywhere.
It makes such a difference in the way that you experience the world.
I
right?
mean, this is like, it's not only an amazing thing in a game, but it's an amazing, this is a Zelda game? You can climb mountains in a Zelda game like this?
And you can jump. And you have control of the jump, right? And obviously you can jump, and Aloy is incredibly athletic, and she can do such badass things, but that absence of being able to climb everywhere. You can jump to things, you can climb on things that are kind of specified for you, but I don't know, man. I lean more to the Zelda. Just you see it, climb it. It's up to the amount of stamina that you have and the amount of elixirs that you've crafted.
This is like, honestly, I don't know how I'm going to make a decision because both styles are perfect.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, Horizon has got such deep gameplay, such ways to level up your character, to take down any monster, all the variety you have. And then we go to Zelda, has the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like the variety in combat in Zelda and all the different things you can do. Oh my God.
Yeah, and there's definitely, I think, more monster creations, and the fact that you're really kind of fighting against a lot of human type characters.
That's cool, yeah.
And sort of tribes people, and you're dealing with a future past kind of story stuff.
Guns
in
and
Horizon.
stuff like that, yeah.
I think there's just a little more variety and a little more detail in Horizon.
Yeah.
And in Zelda, like jumping onto the back of a bird and flying to defeat a bird monster or something like that. Every moment like that is just so much more epic because of the saturated quality in Horizon, like it's awesome all the way, but Zelda has these awesome peaks.
These ridiculous, like the divine beasts, we'll say no more about the boss battles, and they're insane.
And I think they hit and they register more, It's just like the music and the visual effects, it's just, in Zelda, it's the absence of detail and then the overwhelming new details.
Yes.
In Horizon, it's this constant wash of detail all the way through, in gameplay and in visuals and in audio. Incredible quality out of both experiences.
It's so tough. I'm kind of like you. I think I know what you're going to say. I'm going to go with Zelda.
Yeah.
I've had more fun playing Zelda.
I
don't know what it is. Like, I like Horizon.
Yes.
I have fun with that. But somehow maybe it's because I'm a Zelda fan?
I think that's also part of the equation.
Yeah.
This is a new telling of a Zelda story that's familiar to us in a completely different way that we were not expecting. Horizon is an out-of-nowhere, brand new
franchise,
where we don't have this emotional connection to anything.
Not yet.
We are learning it. And it'll be interesting to see. I mean, what a debut for this studio in this world. It'll be very interesting because clearly it's a hit, so there will be more. It will be interesting to see how our emotional ties to Aloy and the characters that are in the Horizon Zero Dawn franchise
grow over time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But Zelda, I think, has that nostalgic hook, an art style we weren't prepared for or expecting, an audio sort of simplicity that just blows us away, the breathiness of this game, so aptly titled.
I'm smiling so much when I'm playing Zelda.
I mean, it really.
And I'm having so much fun in Horizon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna say my decision is Zelda for me.
For gameplay, Zelda as well. Okay, now this is where we tabulate it. And we kind of give the same. So right down the. It's kind of a tie.
Oh my God.
It's a tie.
It makes sense. That's like I said it in the beginning. How am I going to do this?
Yeah.
And I can't.
It's a tie.
That's what a lame thing to do. I mean.
Well, wait a sec. No, because I was tied, so I guess it titches a little bit more in the Horizon Zero Dawn category.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
holy crap! So out of this versus, Horizon Zero Dawn is the winner, and that's how crazy it is.
And then you know what? It deserves it.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. They're both. I mean, but clearly,
can't go wrong.
This is the best that we can expect out of this medium right now. Both games kind of represent that, and congrats especially to Guerrilla, who surprised the hell out of the world with this game. Holy crap!
Who would have thought? When I played that game, I'm like, oh my god, they made Killzone, which is a great shooter game, but I'm like, they made this world like this. Yeah, amazing.
God, it's good time to be alive.
Absolutely.
Let's get inside and play these games.
Yes, it's cold out here.
Hey, thanks for checking out that video on our EPN channel. It's just one small part of the things that we make around here. So if you liked it, don't forget to check out some of our other vids and hit that subscribe button.